Hi friends, how are you all? I hope you're all keeping fine, observing the SOP and minding your own business, that is your studies. So you have plenty things to study, so concentrate in your studies and do well every subject. Make a routine for every subject, the time allowed to every subject, and stick to that time and study well in your different subjects. And we will continue with our topic resources. And the other day we had just mentioned about the need for conserving resources. Conserve means to use with a proper care, because we need to preserve these resources for future as well. Therefore, use it in a very planning way. We have to do certain planning. That planned way we must perform it. Then only we can say we are conserving the resources. So we use it for present purpose, what is required, without wasting, without accumulating too much, but we use it what is needed for us for the present time. Then we also think about the need of the future generation as well. So you can follow in your textbook, page number 5. So here we talk about two terms. One is resource conservation, that is conserving. Another one is sustainable development. Sustainable development, that is another topic that we'll be dealing with. So, using resources carefully and giving them time to get renewed is called resource conservation. So, what is conserving the resources or resource conservation? Two things are included. One is we have to use it very carefully. Another one is giving time for get renewed. Time for renewal. So these are the two things when we speak about conserving the resources. One is we use them carefully and present. Then we also give them time to get renewed. Some of them can be renewed. If you continuously go on using, then the resource gets depleted. The quality of the resource is going down. For example, the land. If you continuously go on cultivating in the land same type of crops, what happens? The quality of the soil is coming down. The fertility of the soil is lost. And therefore, we cultivate one crop, then we try to cultivate another crop, then we try to cultivate another crop, then we may start again another first crop again. So, there is a change of cultivation, change of crop is there. That way the soil's fertility is preserved. If you keep on cultivating same item again and again without giving time for the land to get back its fertility, then the land will be a wasteland later. So, like that, there are so many resources are there which we need to give a break. Instead of using it continuously, we need to use it for some time, then keep it so that it can regain its fertility again. It can regain its quality gain. That is one thing. So use it carefully. Carefully using means we are not wasting it, not overusing it. If I need only one bucket of resource, then I use it only one bucket. Oh, there is plenty, let me use 2 buckets. So what is not needed, we should not use. We should keep it for tomorrow, for future. Then continuously, instead of using continuously, you need to give them some time, some break in order to get back its quality and so on. Then balancing the need to use resources. So let's see what is sustainable development. One is balancing the need to use. So how much need we have? We need to have a balance. So when there is plenty, I use plenty. When there is little, I use little. There is no balance. Some places high, some places very low. So we must use it in a very balanced way according to our need. We should not misuse it. We should not overuse it, or we should not waste it. We should use it in a very proper way. Then we also need to conserve them for the future. So instead of finishing up, what we need to do? We need to keep them for future use. So we use them for present in a balanced way, not too high, not too low, but we follow the need of the time. Then we also think about future. We preserve them for future. What is not required now, we don't touch now. We don't use them. We just keep them. We'll use them in the future. So these are the two terms that we are studying. One is conserving the resources or resource conservation. Another one is sustainable development. So conserving the resource means we use them very carefully, and also instead of continuously using, we give them some break sometimes so that they will get renewed again. Then sustainable development. Every development that every country takes should be sustainable, not destroying also. Sustain means should continue the development. Development should go on. If we use all the resources and finish up today, tomorrow how can there be development? There will be no development at all. So that is not sustainable development. Sustainable development means we use what is needed for today, then there is enough for tomorrow and tomorrow. So we will go on developing in the future. So development will go on continuously because resources are there. We have not destroyed them all. We have not finished them up all. It is still there. So that is the way we have to live our life. Then there are many ways in conserving resources. So in order to conserve the resources, there are many ways of way. Let us see. Each person can contribute by reducing consumption. So in our own individual level or way, we can contribute something for the conservation of resources. Let's see what are they. We can reduce our consumption. So instead of using too much, we can reduce our consumption. Recycling, we can do recycling. Some things can be reused again, like plastic. Plastic, instead of simply putting in the fire and burning it away, we can give to the factory, they will recycle it, and using that old plastic, they will make some new plastic items. So we are recycling it. Also paper. Very often what we do is we just throw it away or we put in the fire and so on. But if you give to the factory will use that old paper in order to make new paper. They will crush it and they will make new paper. So we are preserving. Otherwise, every time the company wants to make a new paper, they have to go and cut down the trees. Because paper is made from trees and bamboos and so on. So if we can collect all the old paper and make use again, we don't need to cut so much of tree again. We can reduce the cutting of the tree. So like that, each person can contribute something for the reduction of this use of resources. That is called conserving the resources. And also we can reuse certain things. Certain things can be reused again. For example, the iron that we have. We may be using for one purpose, afterwards that it can be used for some other purpose. It will not get rotten. We can use in many places. Instead of going and buying something new every time, all the things can be repaired, which can be reused. Some parts can be taken out, can be reused, and so on. So there are many ways are there in which we can save our environment. We can protect our resources and so on. So let us see about the decision that our two young children, our young friends are deciding what will they do. So that evening, the children and their friends made packets and shopping bags out of all the newspaper. So these children, they wanted to help the nature. So what did they do? They collected all the newspaper, their notebook paper and so on, and they made bag or shopping bag. If you go to the shop these days, they will give carry bag made of plastic, and that is causing environmental pollution. So these children made bag with paper so that it will not cause pollution. So the paper that we think useless and we throw it away as a waste, these children collected all that and made bag. By pasting with gum, they made bag. And discarded clothes and baskets from bamboo sticks. So they also collected the clothes, the old clothes that people had thrown it away. They collected all their clothes and they made baskets to give with the help of bamboo sticks and so on. So see how creative these children are. Their mother told them about the importance of resources, and then immediately they are jumped into action. They are fully convinced. They have no doubt. They are not telling, oh, let others do, let me enjoy my life. They are not that way. They want to be responsible children, responsible citizens of the country. Therefore, they are able to do what they want in order to save the environment. They are making paper bag, they are making basket with the cloths and so on. Instead of using plastic, they are using paper and cloths, which will help to protect the environment. Then we will give a few to every family we know. The children say, we have made the basket, we have made the bag, we shall go and give to different family. So instead of using plastic, let them use our bag. So they are helping them. They are giving, making and giving to different families. And after all, it is for a very good cause. So children are not worried about they have to work hard and so on. They say it is for a good purpose, so let us work. Let us not get disappointed. Let us not be discouraged, but let us work because it is for a good purpose. And to save our resources and keep our earth alive. So what is that good cause they are working for? To keep our earth alive and to save our environment, to save our resources. So children, though they are very young, they are fully convinced about the need for conserving the future, the resources and so on. And they are ready to do small work which they can. Then I am going to be very careful not to waste paper. So one child said, hereafter I will be very careful. I will not waste my paper. Some of you, I have seen, simply just draw something on a paper, then tear it out and throw into the dustbin. So how much of papers we will be wasting? If we can save that paper and make use of it for recycling, then our environment will be protected so much of trees will be saved. Then I will see that electricity is not wasted in my house. Another child says, I will not waste electricity in my house. How will he save electricity? By putting off light, or putting off TV, or putting off other electronic things and so on. So sometimes in our family we can see nobody is making use, nobody is there in the room, but the light is on, the TV is on and so on. So we can switch off that one when we are not there, when nobody is using it. Switch it off so that we can save electricity. So that way we will be saving the power. We can use it for some other purpose. So electricity comes from water and coal. So when we are switching off the electric lights, we are saving electricity, and which is produced from water. and also from coal. Some places thermal electrical power which is made with coal. So we can save water if we are saving electricity, or we can save coal if we are putting off the lights and other things. So that way the resources, water, coal, and so they are resources and we are saving them. Then another child says, I will make sure that water is not wasted at home. So some places if you go, you can see the water tap is always on. The water is simply flowing out. Some other places in our country, people are thirsty so much. They don't have water. They have to walk kilometers and kilometers to carry water for their daily needs, while some others are enjoying water, wasting water. So this child has understood the value of water, and she says, I will not waste water at my home. Then every drop of water is precious, because every drop of water is precious. And these are some of the things Mona, Raju and their friends did. So we saw the small children, they may not be even reaching class age, but they have made so much of decisions because their mother explained to them about the importance of resources and they were fully convinced. And so they said, we will try to remove plastic and bring cloths, bamboo and cloth, paper and so in order to make basket, bag and so on. We will not waste electricity, we will not waste water. So good decisions are taken by these young children, which we also can imitate in our life. We also may be doing the same mistake in our own houses, wasting water, wasting electricity, using plastics and dirtying the environment. All that we can also take a correct decision and say, hereafter I also will work for the clean environment, for protecting the resources and so on. Then the future of our planet and its people is linked with our ability to maintain and preserve the life support system that nature provides. So nature provides very good system for everyone to live, for animals, for plants, for flowers, for people, for everybody to live. Nature has given very good environment. So if you want this life should go on in this nature, what we need to do? We need to preserve what nature has provided. Nature has provided beautiful things to us, situation to us, atmosphere to us, and because of our greediness, because of our lack of planning, we are destroying it part by part, day by day. Sometimes we destroy it in the name of development. For development we destroy it. Sometimes we destroy it out of greediness. Sometimes we destroy out of ignorance. So many things are taking place because of the human activity. So if you want the life to be there in the future on this planet, then each one of us will have to take certain good resolutions that we will do something in order to reduce the wastage of the resources, in order to or we will reduce the misuse or overuse of resources. So we need to take proper decisions. Then let us see what can we do on our own. All uses of renewable resources are sustainable. So we need to realize that our duty is to ensure that all uses of renewable resources are sustainable. So there are so many resources are there which are renewable. So instead of using non-renewable resource, we need to use renewable resource for our purpose. Then we are sustaining, like use solar energy or wind energy and so, which can be renewed again and again, so that other resources can remain safe. So when there is plenty of sunlight, use solar energy, or where there is plenty of wind energy, use it, so that other resources like fuel, petroleum, diesel, kerosene, all those things can be saved for future, or electricity can be saved for future and so on. Then the diversity of life on earth is conserved. So we need to conserve the diversity of life on this planet. Diversity means different types of life. The animal life is there, the plants life, trees, the human beings life. All this life should be sustained. We cannot say only people are enough on this earth. All the others, let them perish. Let the animals die. Let the trees die. If that happens, what happens? The eco balance is lost. The eco balance is lost. So nature has provided everything. Human beings, trees, and animals, everything should coexist. They should live together. Then only that balance of the nature, eco balance will be there. Otherwise, it will be destroyed. So we have to make sure that all the animals are conserved. All the lives are conserved in this planet. Then the damage to natural environmental system is minimized. So when we do developmental activities, we are doing harm to the nature. For example, when we do mining under the earth, deep under the earth, there may be minerals. So we have to dig deeper to take it out. We have to do mining. So then we are destroying the crust of the earth. We are destroying the earth. So we have to make sure that when we do this kind of developmental activities, we are reducing to the minimum level the destruction of the nature, the system, the natural system or the earth. The destruction should be very minimum. We must use maximum care not to destroy the nature much. What is needed, we have to do some kind of destruction may be there, because without that we cannot take out the mineral. But we should not simply destroy. If there is an area, the minerals are there, maybe it is a forest area, so we don't need to cut down all the trees. We need to cut down only few trees which are essential in order to help us to do the mining. So that way you need to plan out properly, you need to have proper care, understanding and so that our nature will continue to keep in a good shape, and living beings, animals, plants, people, everybody will be happy and will be able to live, coexist together. Then let's see some of the principles of sustainable development. You will find it in the left corner of your book. You will find it here in the box here. Some principles of a sustainable development. Respect and care for all forms of life. So what we need to do? Respect and care for all forms of life. Whether it is a small animal, whether it's an ant, whether it's a worm or a butterfly, or it's a big animal like elephant or blue whale, whatever it may be, all forms of life we have to respect. We should not think about destroying the other form of life. Then improve the quality of human life. So the quality of our life, the way we live should improve. We should not live a life that is doing harm to the nature. We must improve the quality of our life. Then conserve the earth, vitality and diversity. So we said the nature has provided such a good situation, atmosphere to the nature, on the earth, to provide life support system. So we should not destroy it. We must preserve it. And also the diversity. Different types of living beings are there on this earth. Everyone should be allowed to live their life. We should not destroy anyone. Then minimize the depletion of natural resources. So when we use natural resources, we must minimize it. We must make it very less. The depletion. Depletion means overuse. The reduction should be minimum. We should not simply overuse it. When we find a lot of resources, come on, let us simply use it. So if it is not required, don't use it. Use only what is required. Then change personal attitude and practice towards the environment. So some people don't care at all for environment. They don't care. All their surrounding will be polluted. Maybe dirty water stagnant there, throwing plastics everywhere, or keeping pigs near the house, or So all those things, they don't care for the environment at all. So that kind of attitude we have to change. We must have a good attitude. We should have love for cleanliness. Then only we can really have that love for nature. Then enable communities to care for their own environment. So we need to give proper education to different communities so that they will be able to care for the environment. Otherwise, some are simply going to the forest, cutting down all the trees and coming home, and they go on burning and burning for day and night. They will be burning. So the environment is destroyed because of the activities of few people. So they should be allowed to cut only few what they require, not simply cutting and storing up. And when they cut some trees, we have to tell them that they also have to plant new trees. If you go on cutting the trees, afterwards there will be no more trees left. So if you cut one tree and we plant another tree, then those small trees will grow up. So that way the number of trees will remain same on this planet. So we need to educate the people. We need to inform the people about the need for preserving the environment and so on. Otherwise they will keep on making the same mistake again and again, and at the end all humanity will suffer. So that did not happen. So let us decide and make a promise that I will do my level best in order to protect the environment, to preserve the environment, and to support the life that is in this environment, that is in this earth. So let everyone take a correct decision, good decision, and try to follow it up. So we have come to the end of this lesson, and let us see few questions are there, exercises are there. Let us do that. So the first one is answer the following, that I will give you later. So see the second one. Tick the correct answer. Which one of the following does not make substance a resource? So three options are there. Which one is not making a resource, substance a resource? The answer is quantity. Quantity does not depend on the make it a resource, but it should be the utility and the value of a thing is making it a resource, not the quantity. So answer is quantity. Then second one, which one of the following is a human-made resource? So human-made resource, there are three options are there. Medicines to treat cancer, spring water, tropical forest. So three are there. Which one is made by man? The first one, medicines to treat cancer. We are not getting medicine ready-made from the nature for treatment of the cancer. It is made by human being. So answer is number A, medicine to treat cancer. Then question number 3. Complete the statement. Biotic resources are, biotic means having life, derived from living things, made by human beings, derived from non-living beings, non-living things. So which is the answer? The first one, number A, derived from living things. So that is the three answers. So mark in your textbook, and the rest of the questions I will help you. I will send you. You have to write and submit to me by again. So thank you for listening. Have a nice day. Bye.